Good morning. Happy first day of a successful wake up. I got up this morning and hopped on the scale and I went, woohoo, I'm down 2 pounds. 2 more pounds going down. Um, Finally, I didn't weigh for that last week because I didn't want to know how high I went, but I'm going back down again. That's exciting. I'm 3 pounds from a decade, so I'm 243.2. Um, Getting there. I Yesterday was an amazing food day. I had my kefir in the morning with my 6 eggs. I had spam, which is my favorite little treat every once in a while. Um, didn't eat any. Well, I ate that at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Didn't eat anything until about 4 o'clock. My husband requested one of my favorite meals: hamburger and gravy over rice. Yeah, brown gravy with hamburger poured over warm, buttery. Anyways, can't have that right now. So I scooped me out some of the meat before I put the gravy in it and cooked some broccoli, a big bowl of broccoli, poured the meat in with the broccoli and enjoyed that. And I had kefir right at bedtime, which I don't think I'm going to do anymore because it woke me up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. But I'm down 2 pounds. So yesterday wasn't an overly active day. It wasn't a good night's sleep. I was up several times. I was awake quite a bit actually. My sleep. Let me see what my sleep chart says here. I didn't put my watch on until 1:40 because it was on the charger and I forgot. But 1:40 was when my AirPod in my ear woke me up for some reason. I was up 2 different times before 3 o'clock, which means I wasn't really sleeping. And then I woke up at 6 in the morning, and then I dozed back and forth from 7:30 to 8:30, which was out here on the couch. Um, didn't sleep real well. It says I got 5 hours of sleep, but I'll probably take a nap later. My sleeping heartbeat is 63 beats per minute. When I'm fasting, it's down in the 50s, so I'm looking for it to get down lower and lower as I start eating healthier and healthier. They say it's a average sleeping heart rate. It's okay, but I know it can be lower than that, so it's not good enough for me. Today is a mellow day. I think we're gonna go run around and do some door dashing probably, and that's all that I'm planning on doing. But who knows? Okay, I'm gonna adjust the camera. Bear with me here. I hate it when there's so much above my head, and there, that's better. I'm not in the middle. It is nice with this right here. I used it yesterday editing one of my videos about kefir. If you haven't seen those, check those out. I'll put a link up there. It gave me a nice black space to put white words, and I was pretty excited about that. That was the first time I ever really did that in one of my videos. I could probably sit in front of a screen instead and make it better, but whatever. Today I wanted to talk about something interesting. I've mentioned it, but I haven't really talked about what my nutritionist said. She was young, so probably under 30, 25-ish, I would say. And she did have good information. She was respectful of my choices of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to eat. So when I threw out there that I've dry fasted and I've water fasted and I've extended fasted, she didn't flip out on me and tell me you can't do that, you're gonna die. She didn't freak out when I said I was on the ketogenic diet. She just kind of was like, okay, I can work with that. And that really made me happy because every other nutritionist I've ever been to told me I wasn't getting enough carbs and my body was going to go into stress. Well, she did say that part. My body's already in stress, and I'm trying to get my body out of stress by losing weight. The weight is what's causing the stress, not the food that's going in my mouth. Okay, so she drew me a plate. I should draw it. I should show it to you. And she cut the plate in half. And she said, this half should be vegetables. It's like, I can do that. I love vegetables. Give me broccoli all day long. I'll eat I'll eat peas. I'll eat peas. They're okay. I like carrots, but I know I need to stay away from them because they're high in sugar. I love corn, but I have to stay away from it because it is also high in sugar. It's very high on the glycemic index, those two. What other vegetables do I eat? I really don't eat that many. It's mostly just broccoli. I do eat salads, but they didn't used to react well with my gut. And that might have changed since I've been on the kefir. So I might go back to doing some more salads. Making a salad with every meal is a lot, but you know what? Terry will eat a salad with every meal. And if that helps him not eat the garbage food as fast as he eats anyways, might start working on that. Half a plate of vegetables. And she said it's important to eat things in order. You eat the vegetables first because you have a bowl, they fill up your stomach. So you put that in as the base. And yes, your stomach churns and it squeezes and it does all that stuff. But basically that's the first thing you're giving to your gut to start digesting. It's the first thing to get through. Okay, so the next thing she said was protein, quarter the plate. So we've got a half and we're doing a quarter of protein. Protein is, I have big hands, it's about this big, 4 ounces. I prefer my 12-ounce steak. But if you eat too much protein, it does turn to sugar. Your body processes it into sugar and saves it because it's trying to save it. So you have to qualify how much protein you are putting in. Last night's meat was probably closer to that much meat. It was probably 2.5 to 3 ounces if I would have measured it. I eyeballed it and I went, let's do that much. I have weighed my food. So if you don't have a food scale and you're curious about it, get a food scale. Weigh your food. Measure your food. Do the nutrition facts on the back. Measure out the portion size and see what the portion size actually should be. A portion size of rice is a half a cup. Yeah, okay. A half a cup. I will eat 2 or 3 portions of rice if I eat rice. I love rice with butter. It's how I was raised. You eat butter, eat rice. Love you, Grandma. Thank you for teaching me to love rice the way I do. Portion size is a big deal. Okay, so we've got 3/4 of our plate now. And then she goes, and the last quarter of your plate should be fruit. I'm like, no, should be fats. Fats. So like avocado, you can put butter on your vegetables. That's okay, but that doesn't quarter of the plate's a lot of fat. She was really pushing the avocado fat. And I know avocados are really, really good for you. But when I went, what other fats are there? She just kind of looked at me like, And in my mind, I'm going kefir. Because kefir fills that quarter of the plate pretty well. And then she portioned off a little teeny sliver. And she said, you need to have sugars in your diet. Have the fruits and the berries and the strawberries and those kind of things. And I'm like, yeah, but no. And because she was trying to keep me from going completely keto, which is low carbs. Keto, okay, so here's keto. Keto is, I should look it up and give you an exact number, but from what I've learned and what I call keto is less than 20 carbs a day. Net carbs. So fiber cancels carbs and some things. Whatever. So that's how I do carbs in keto. I've had days where I've had like 2 net carbs and they're like, oh my gosh, you're gonna die. Well, your body's amazing. God created these amazing creatures that their bodies can adjust and adapt and survive the hard things. Our bodies are prepared to save food and preserve food in our fat to keep it for when we don't have any, when we're missing. So in order to do that, we store up our fat. We store up, if excess protein, we store it up as fat and sugars and process it because our body can grab a hold of that fat, process it out really easy. Anyways, that's the goal. Right now we're trying to process it out really easy. So you have to create a lean period. Okay, so the one thing that I really didn't agree with from the nutritionist was, oh, by the way, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any licenses. This is my life. This is my life. I say that as many times as I can because I don't want somebody coming in. I did exactly what you said and da 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 da. Anyways, no, not sponsored by anybody. This is my life. She said that I needed to have my big egg breakfast like I always do. But then I needed to snack through the day. So I kept my blood sugars from going like this. Well, I'm going, okay, my blood sugars aren't going to go like this if I'm not eating. They're going to be like this if I'm not eating. And she's like, and then have that meal at the end of the day. Well, here's the question I have for you. How in the world am I ever going to create a lean time where my body isn't giving itself energy and it has to pull from the stores if I'm constantly feeding it all day long? It's not going to happen. You have to create a window of time bigger than 12 hours. 18 hours is the minimum that I would say to lose weight. That's what one meal a day is. 18 to more. 24 is better. If you're always feeding it, your body will never ever look to your fat supplies to reduce the size of your body to use the fat supplies for energy. It'll never do it. You're always going to be constantly feeding your body. And you're going to be screwing up your hormones because you're going to be telling your ghrelin, I'm hungry all day long because it gets used to eating all the times a day and it's going to want to eat all day long. So no, not doing that. 2 meals a day. I lost 2 pounds yesterday, but I didn't eat anything in between. My meal was at 9 o'clock. I think it was 10 o'clock actually when we ate because it was a late start yesterday. 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 6 hours of an eating window in a 24-hour period. That made me 18.6 yesterday. That's really good. And I really didn't eat much in that 6-hour window, just the breakfast and the dinner. So my body got to rest from 4 o'clock. Well, I had kefir at 9 o'clock last night, so it was later than that. So the kefir messed me up there. But the kefir, I don't know, I'm not really counting it. I should, but okay, so it's dirty keto. The kefir let me sleep really good. It put me right to sleep, but my belly was full and I was happy and it was like, yeah, but I need to get a glucose monitor. Okay, my brain is all over the place today. I need to get my brain settled and I need to start that rewire from Gavin. Okay, focus. You can't lose weight when you're I can't lose weight in my metabolic state, or my metabolism the way it is, if I'm constantly putting food in my mouth. When I did HCG, it's 500 calories a day. I lost 1 pound to 0.5 pound every day after the first initial drop. Because it's 500 calories a day. You eat breakfast, you eat dinner. That's it. When I did the South Beach diet, it was portion control and 2 meals a day. And the type of food you ate were basically keto. It was like Mediterranean foods or Caribbean foods. So you're eating fish and veggies and lean proteins like chicken. I think they made you stay away from red meat too, but I need the iron in red meat or I would go crazy. Anyways, keto is the same way, low fat. Fasting is the best way to lose weight, but it's hard to sustain. But I think I'm getting closer to that because yesterday went really well and I was feeling hungry around 4 o'clock. So I've messed with my ghrelin enough in the last week because I haven't been eating my breakfast at 6:30 and then coming home from school and being starving at 4 o'clock. I'm eating at like 10 and then I'm eating at like 4 o'clock. So I'm feeling in my brain that I might need to take that eggs to work with me, not eat them in the morning, push that off until maybe lunchtime, and not give my body that boost of yum until later in the day, and then it'll help me get through that where I want to pick up the phone and call DoorDash and say, hey, I have McDonald's or Taco Bell delivered, and it'll get me through my work day a lot better. And then I'll come home and not be starving. And I can make dinner and eat with him, or I can make dinner and not eat with him. Do that a lot also. It doesn't bother him, which is nice. It did bother him for a long time. It really bothered him that I was cooking and not eating. And I told him, I said, I need you to not be bothered by this because I am cooking for you to feed you And I don't want you to feel guilty that I'm not eating. I'm trying to lose weight. Don't make me feel guilty so that I keep gaining weight or maintaining weight and not losing weight. Okay, back to the nutritionist. So she was very set on food all the time. And that's the one thing that I really struggled with, because I've seen the charts and I need to pull them and show them. But when you fast, your blood sugar spikes because it pulls all the blood sugar out from around your or the fat and the sugars out of all your muscles, and it pulls it out of around your organs. So your sugars come up because that's your body's going, whoa, hungry, needs something. So it takes all the glucose out of your body. And your sugar spikes because it puts it into your bloodstream. And then it starts to come down. And then it gets pretty low and it levels off. It's like, okay, I'm good with that. It takes about 6 hours after your last bite for that to happen. So if I'm eating every so many hours, that's never gonna plummet. I mean, I could technically make it do that because if I don't give it carbs or sugars or anything like that, but she was wanting me to eat string cheese and she was wanting me to eat something else. It was just, yes, it's high in fat, but it's also it's not going to work. Anyways, so if you make it through that, your blood sugar's here. Your blood sugar isn't going to dip. I mean, it might dip, but that's where your ketones kick in and your body goes, need something, brain needs something. And your body goes, okay, there's fat stores over here, fat stores over here, fat stores over here. And you start pulling from those fat stores. It's really fun to watch my body shift and pull from fat stores because I can measure. Well, I measured the other day. When I measure again at the first of next month or the end of this month. Anyways, my months are all messed up. At the end of this month, I'll measure again. You'll see where I've lost the weight. And it's like, okay, those are weird places to lose weight. But you know what? That's where I lose weight. I lose weight first in my fingers. My fingers get really bony and cold, and I'm cold a lot lately. And my wrists, and then it slowly works up my arms. My arms are always baggy, saggy. Even when I was at my lowest weight, I still had saggy, baggy arms. But you know what? They were a lot smaller. So that's the goal, a lot smaller. Am I going to be a pretty teenage little tiny? No, never. I've had 3 kids, and I have tortured my overweight body. I've been overweight my entire life. And it's really funny because everybody's like, oh, you're not that bad. Oh, it's not that bad. I am morbidly obese, classified 2 morbidly obese. I have 3 of the 3 strikes to be at a high risk for a heart attack or stroke. I'm sick. And people, I know they mean well, but they really, it doesn't help when they're, oh, no. Yeah. I need to lose weight. I have to diet. I have to do extreme things to save my life. So I'm going to encapsulate those brain reset herbs and get those ready for when I am finally able to fast. Because I want to write them up a really good review on those. And I want to see what they do to me. Today it's 9:30. We're leaving around 10. I got to go make breakfast here in a minute. I'm going to make my egg breakfast. I've got the Spam open, so that's at least like 5 more days of breakfast. But we'll see if I skip dinner. Maybe I'll just make it a 1 meal day today. I can drink water and distract myself. I can drink kefir and distract myself. It's just not putting food in it. I mean, the calories from kefir, I use skim milk. So my calories, if you watch the video that on there, I'll post the link there. For the last video I did, it shows how many calories in a cup of kefir. I think it's 70. So, I don't know if I have any kefir that's ready. I have to go check on that and see if it did it. Anyways, 70 calories is not that much, but it's enough to keep me from eating a 500 calorie meal, 1,000 calorie meal. So 70 calories I will go with instead of dinner tonight. And we'll see what the scale says in the morning. It'll be good. I'm sure it'll be good. So I'm going to sign off because I feel like I'm rambling now. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what kind of diet you're using. Let me know if you've ever experienced a nutritionist that wants you to completely change everything that you've ever researched or know what works with your body. Let me know if you're a nutritionist and you think I'm crazy. Post a comment. All right, take care. Live well. Be healthy.